Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name is James. Today we're doing another locomotive review. This one being the famous LMS Black 5. This is the Graham Farish one. It is a somewhat old model, but as you can tell by it's got the old foam filling. But first of all, let's get all the boring bits out of the way. Just make sure you can see. It is the product code is 372138, class 5, running number 5190 in LMS Black. It is DCC6. I may have said too many C's there, but never mind. Inside the box, other than the loco, you do get a detail pack which has a few bits and bobs here and there, spare drawbars, a alternative front bogie, and also a spare drive wheel. It's also tender dry, so it's one of these spare wheels here. You get inside, you get the usual warranty collector's club thing, which is put over there. Then also you also get the instruction sheet, which tells you about running in, curves, body removal, all the other bits, lubrication, exploded diagram, which is also always nice to have a look at. On the other side, it does also tell you where to put the extra little details and where the DCC decoder is. So I'll pop that over there as well. And just to mention, the DCC decoder is in the tender. So it's tender driven, and it's a fairly older model, so it's all in here. But yes, always like tender locos, so it's not a subtle one, but it is a nice looking model. So quick zoom in here. It is unfortunately just in black, so it's a bit difficult to see sometimes, but it is detailed quite everywhere. It's even got rivets on the driving wheels down here, which are free rolling, but that's not too bad. It's got riveting on the cab door, the cab side as well. It's got glazing, very nice detail along the side here. It's very quite heavy. I'll check it in a minute. So unfortunately it is all black, so it's not going to have much of the colourful details, but where there is printing, it is well applied. At the back it's also got shed code as well, and probably builder's plate. I'm not entirely sure. It's a bit difficult to see. An end gauge shed as well on the front, and also the running number up there, running number here, power number, which is 5 because it is a black 5. The annoying front bogie here, which is useful for Farish, but other than that, it's mostly well done. I think these are separately fitted details on the top here. There's the whistle, the safety valves, and also the other bits are moulded in. But yeah, they look separately fitted. They are most likely plastic, but they are shiny, so it could be small bits of metal. But like I said, the running gear is quite smooth. Well, it seems quite smooth from just holding it in my hands. We'll have to mention that the coupling rod pins, that one's actually a screw, so you can actually see that one decently clearly, but considering the size, it's a given. These ones are hexagonal and they're a bit chunky, so it's a downside, but it's not really off-putting that much. There is some cab detail on the inside, but it's unfortunately not painted. And coal is glossy, but it's not metal because all the weight, there is weight in here anyway, which is the motor. Anyway, let's pop that on the side. There is also handrails in the appropriate places. Zooming out. So handrails in the appropriate places, and they are nicely done as well. So I'm going to turn on my scales, wait for it to load up, and try to carefully put this on here. Well, I don't quite like these front bogies, well, pony trucks, because they're very fiddly to put on, but I managed to get it on nicely that time. So quick check, it is 72.8 grams, and that's a fair amount of weight. It's nearly 3 times a Mark 1 coach, so it should have a lot of pulling power. but I will have to mention it does have traction tyres, so it should have a fair amount of pulling power as well. The underside shows that there's tender pickups and also running wheel pickups, so it's got a total of 12 wheels to pick up from. It does have NEM pockets either end, so it's always good. And yeah, the underside's mostly basic because you won't be seeing under here anyway. So yeah, with that quick, also it has got lamp brackets on the front, I forgot to mention that. Anyway, with that brief look at all done, let's get it onto the turntable and have a much closer look at all the details while I tell you a bit more about the prototype itself, and then we'll have a look at it pulling my test rake. So I'll see you in a bit. Forgot to mention the bits and detail pack are items around the cylinder drain cocks and stuff like that, and valve gear guide, and it looks like there is also little coupling hooks for either end, and looks like vacuum pipes from looks like, but I won't be fitting them, so yeah, I'll stop forgetting things and then stick it onto the turntable, so see you in a sec. The London Midland and Scottish Railway Stanier Class 5, commonly known as the Black 5, is a class of 460 steam locomotives. It was introduced by William Stanier and built between 1934 and 1951, of which 842 were built. The Black 5s were a mixed traffic locomotive, a do-anything, go-anywhere type, designed by Stanier, who had previously been with his GWR. In his early LMS days, he designed his Stanier Mogul 260, in which he experimented with the GWR school of thought on locomotive design. A number of details in this design he would never use again, realising the superiority of details not used on the GWR. Stanier realised that there was a need for larger locomotives. These were to be the LMS version of the GWR halls, but not a copy, as the hall was too wide to run in most places in Britain. They had said a similar cylinder arrangement, internal boiler design and size, and 6-foot driving wheel diameters. In the early days, the locomotives were known as Black Staniers from their black livery, in contrast to Stanier's other class of 460, the LMS Stanier Jubilee class, which were painted crimson. Later on, the nickname of the former became Black 5, the number referring to the power classification. The class remained intact until 1961, when the first Black 5 to be withdrawn from stock following a collision. The remainder of the class were withdrawn between 1962 and 1968. Some members of the class, 46 in total, survived to the last day of steam on the BR in August 1968. 18 Black 5s have been preserved, with 12 of them being purchased directly from BR for preservation, the remaining 6 being rescued from Woolham Brothers Barry Scrapyard. Well, here we are with the Black 5 on the layout, and as you can see, well, I haven't got a test rake set up actually, I've left it over there for now just so you can get a good look of the Black 5 as it goes round. So here we are, we'll just do a slow speed test. Ooh, seems to need a little bit of power before. Just had a moment. Yeah, it seems to be doing. Yeah, stalled a little bit. Yeah. Seems to stall a little bit on my layout, but seems to be doing most of it right. Anyway, let's have a go round. Let's try and remember how much I paid for this, so I'll have a quick look at the rough going price, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's between 110 and 130. Unfortunately, this isn't a new model, so you can only get them second hand nowadays. That seems to be doing quite well. Right. Now bring it to a stop. Yeah. I think slow speed was quite well for given its age, and given my track, it's not 100% clean, but still it runs fairly well. And I'm going to give a quick pause of the video and then get the test rake set up. So I'll see you in a sec. Right, here we are with the Black 5. Just in front of the test rake, which is 8 Mark 1s. Each one of these is 25 grams. So this is just about, probably just under 3 times its own weight, because 3 of these is just over, just over its own, the Black 5's weight. So I've got it set in reverse, and let's see if I can couple this up quite nicely. Right. Quick test it. Oh, didn't quite couple up correctly. There we go. I have to have a look at that coupling hook, but never mind. Anyway, let's get her started. So this is just under 3 times the Black 5's weight, and it looks like she has no issues pulling them. And hopefully it doesn't derail any of them like the first time I tried to do this. And it looks like she's doing them quite well. Yeah, even though this is a older model and they haven't released a new one for, actually it's probably the latest one you can get, she is still a very nice runner. I'm actually going to bring her to a stop so it's not quite as noisy. Turn off power as well, but yeah, I said she's an older model, but she still does the job of all the new models. So you could probably do a bit more detail here and there, but what detail she has got, it's very nicely done. And I said the price is probably, I think I did probably pay about $130 for it, but that wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, something between $110 and $130 would not surprise me. But yeah, you can only get these second hand now, so hopefully Farish will bring out a new one sometime. Then she can go with all the other LMS engines I've got. Anyway, I'm going to send her off on her way, and yeah, I'm going to probably let her run around for a little bit. So yeah, I'll see everyone next time. Take care now, and yeah, feel free to subscribe, like, and comment on the video. So see you again next time. Bye bye.